Hey, what's up, guys? It's Wednesday, November 27th, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 2019. What we're looking at here is a picture I took on November 25th in the southwestern sky. Two bright objects that we're going to take a closer look at in this video. Exactly what they are, how close together they appeared from planet Earth, and how much longer we're going to see those two objects in the southwestern sky just after sunset. Also, I've got a small sky phenomena picture slideshow I put together, and I've got many more that I'm working on. But first, two major storm systems moving across the United States from west to east, bringing high winds, heavy snow, near blizzard-like conditions, going to bring rain down here to the desert southwest for Thanksgiving, and these storms are going to put a lot of stress on the power grid. If you go to the website, click on the power outages map over here on the left, and you can see right now as I do this video, there are many customers without electricity from the high winds from these two storms, and the number is only going to go up as we move forward in time as these storms continue to make their way across the United States. We're looking at right now, these are just customers. This isn't the amount of people it's affecting. For instance, Ohio, 52,000 customers without electricity. Take that number by approximately, say, 3. What do you think? 3 people per household? That's 170,000 people without electricity. Indiana, 59,000 without electricity. Take that number times 3. You're looking at 180,000. Michigan, 51,000. Take it times 3. 150,000. California, 76,000 without electricity. Take it times 3, and you're looking at over 250,000 people it's affecting. So right now, based off of what we're seeing, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 500,000 people without electricity as we're going into Thanksgiving. And once again, those numbers potentially could get even higher. You can see snow accumulating on the ground here. Watch this. Underneath this storm that's moving across the upper Midwest, see the white underneath the colors? That's snow in some areas accumulating at a very fast rate on the ground. We're going to see the same thing over here on the West Coast, mainly up in the Sierra Nevadas, where some areas are going to see in the neighborhood of 30, 40, 48 inches of snow. These pinks and whites and purples are snowfall totals. And you can see there 39, 38, 35, 46. That would be north and slightly east of Los Angeles, but up in the elevations. Over here in southwestern Colorado, 39 inches, 30 inches. That would be north of Albuquerque. All of these areas you see in the dark purple, dark pinks are heavy snowfall totals. You're looking at right now 6, 7 inches, but the wind is blowing so strong that it's creating near blizzard-like conditions. Before the storm made landfall along the Pacific Northwest, I took a screenshot of one of the wind gusts that VentureSky.com was estimating, and based off of all the data it had available, 102 mile per hour gusts were estimated right here offshore of Northern California and Southern Oregon. This was yesterday. That was a screenshot I took of that storm. And right there it is from the GOES 17 satellite. So what I did was I went and looked at the offshore waves. This is off the coast of Northern California, Humboldt County. Right now, waves are being estimated at a height of 30 to 40 feet. That is 6 to 8 times overhead off the northern coast of California. Unbelievable. That's the North Jetty Surf Report and Forecast here at surfline.com. Winds are howling as this storm makes its way inland, and this one here is going to be a doozy. It's going to bring a lot of snow and a lot of rain, even down to the desert southwest. We're going to step it forward in time. This is still from yesterday as it was making landfall. We're going to step it forward to today at around 11 a.m. Let's see where the rainfall totals are starting, or actually this is wind gusts. You can see east of Los Angeles, winds of 50, even up to 60 miles per hour, due east of Los Angeles. All of the yellows and oranges you see here are high winds. That's later on this morning into this afternoon, and this is going to continue into tonight. You can see here at windy.com, it's showing, once again, exceptional snowfall totals in the elevations of the Sierra Nevadas, 36.7 inches. That's a lot of snow. It's going to make it look like a winter wonderland in the Sierra Nevadas. Here you can see at weathercharts.com. I just want to show you real quick the isobars associated with these storms on the weather map. The more lines you see around the center of circulation, like you do with these storms, that means windy conditions. So you're looking at wind gusts anywhere from 30 to 50 mile an hour associated with this storm that covers an area of at least 400 miles wide. That's why we're seeing so many power outages. This storm here off the Pacific Northwest, well, it's making landfall right now, is even bigger. And it's going to move all the way across the United States over the next 5 days, coast to coast. Unbelievable storm system. So big heads up, guys, as more power outages will continue to make their way across the United States. Wouldn't surprise me if there were not over 1 million people by tonight that were affected with the power outages from both of these storm systems combined. Like I said, the bigger one is starting to make its way inland right now as I do this video. I wanted to show you the two lights that I saw, most of you have seen. It's a conjunction of Venus and Jupiter is what it is. And if you were looking in the southwestern sky just after sunset the last few nights, you saw two bright objects. And those bright objects right there, that's a photo I took as the sun was setting. It was still actually kind of daylight outside. Here's a star map that I use on the left. There's the actual sky on the right. Venus and Jupiter. Venus looks bigger because Venus is closer to us. Jupiter is actually much bigger, but it's also much farther away. Here's photos I took and I zoomed in as it was starting to get darker. You can see Venus has got a little different color about it when you zoom in really tight. Jupiter right here. And once again, it looks smaller because it's farther away. I couldn't get the moons because I was just using my Canon camera, but it did a pretty decent job. I was pleased with the outcome of the photos. You've got to be very careful when you're taking pictures of light that you don't move the camera even a millimeter because it will blur the photograph, much like you see right here. I just wanted to show you this as an example. I moved it, and this one here, I moved it just a little bit, and it creates light drag, and you can see it looks like two planets there, right? Or two stars, like especially Jupiter here. Well, there's not. There's just one. That's because when I took the picture, I moved the camera just very slightly with a long exposure. That's what you get. So taking pictures of lights in the sky, you really need a tripod and a remote shutter opener so you don't get that. But most of the pictures turned out really good. Here's a look at the solar system and our cosmic neighbors from Earth looking towards Venus. You can see what's behind Venus. Jupiter. And that's why we're seeing from Earth, Venus a little bit to the left over here, Jupiter to the right from Earth. That's how they lined up in the sky. Venus is slowly going to pull away from Jupiter and in a few weeks become the morning star in the east. Here's a look at Boynton Beach, Florida skies sent in by Patrick. Same phenomena, planets in conjunction. Also, photo here from the Midwest, Wichita, Kansas. Joseph noticed Venus and Jupiter as they were setting in the night sky. Star map on the right, actual sky on the left. Here's a little video clip I put together of the two planets in the southwestern sky. So it doesn't happen very often. They were within 1.5 degrees of each other. Very cool to see in the night sky. Here's a sky phenomena little slideshow I put together. Wewoka, Oklahoma, Lauren M. Beautiful orange sky reflecting off of a lake. Something here sent in by Libby from Indiana. She described it almost as a wormhole looking like structure in the sky. It looks like a very tall land spout. It's what it looks like, but she was describing it as some sort of a wormhole like portal. That's what it looked like from her perspective. And in the pictures, I see what she means because it's like a vertical tube that goes up into the sky through the clouds from the ground. You can see it here in a negative format, and you can see what looks like a long tube extending vertically up from the ground. So very unique photograph, good observation by Libby from Indianapolis, Indiana. Misty day from northeast Georgia of a spectacular reddish colored sunset. maybe sunrise. Angie and Lena from Cincinnati, Ohio. Big jumbo halo around the sun. Also from Cincinnati, Angie and Lena, what appears to be dual suns at sunset. Carol from Hiram, Georgia. Have a spectacular orange sunrise or sunset. I took this photograph myself from a football game at the top of the bleachers, and this was in the eastern sky as the sun was setting behind me in the western sky. This here, it's a exceptional example of those edge clouds that we're seeing in the sky from time to time. In fact, more so than not here lately, and this is another excellent example of that. Look at the sharp contrast between a perfect blue sky and a nearly solid white sky divided by a nearly perfect straight line. Here it is in inverted format to kind of give it a little different perspective, but that is super unusual, and even I've heard meteorologists say they really don't know exactly how that happens. It's so unique. Pretty cool, guys. Keep up the good work. Keep the photos coming. If you have photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. All of the photos will end up in the Sky Phenomena photo gallery here at the website. Sometimes I will use the photos in a video slideshow like you just saw right here. If you haven't got your 2020 Sky Phenomena photo calendar yet, I'll show you where you can get one. I have one hanging on the wall right behind me, as you see right here. You can get your calendar by clicking on this white banner at the top of the website, and you can find the website linked below in the description box. That white tab will take you here to createphotocalendars.com, and you can order your very own Sky Phenomena 2020 photo calendar, and they'll mail it directly to your house. And it is a excellent quality calendar, I might add. It's not made out of paper, it's made out of photo paper. Very good quality. I think you will be pleasantly surprised. So don't forget to check out the calendar and the merchandise we've got below the calendar, some shirts, hoodies, and a coffee mug. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a super day, and be safe out there.